Here at the Ag Retailers Conference in San Diego, we're celebrating an anniversary, 20 years for the Ag Containers Recycling Council. Chairman Bill Spencer joins us. And Bill, 20 years, has it gone quickly?
It's gone quite quickly. It's actually, the whole industry has changed so much in 20 years, but the Ag Container Recycling Council has really done exactly what its job is supposed to do. We've taken product out of the landfills and helped create new methods and new uses for those products.
Tell us how it all got started.
In the early 1990s, there was somewhere between 55 and 75 state and local regulations that were going to control recycling. The industry said, hey, we can do this better ourselves probably by doing it, and we can make not necessarily a profit from it, but we can control where the plastic goes. So the ACRC started as a research council, and we looked into different methods of using the plastic we collected. It started off in the most unique way, and it was going into white coal, what they call white coal, which is used in cement plants, but basically burning it. But we felt that that was probably not the best way to go, so we started to look for new uses for the plastic. And what we found was we could do pallets, we could make them into new pesticide containers, but then we found that there were 2 or 3 other areas, one of which was marine pilings, and the second one was underground conduits, drain tile. And so right now, almost all of the plastic goes into underground conduits. The plastic containers didn't work right because if there's even a slight little bit of anything that you want to do, they didn't like that. The plastic pallets were fine, but they were expensive. Wood was still cheaper. So we ended up with the underground drain tile, and we found that that's been the best way to go with it.
So how do you collect it? How do you get people involved?
We work primarily with 5 contractors across the country. We have one in the Pacific Northwest, one in California, Arizona, Nevada, one in the Midwest, and then one in the Northeast who's also got there's also a subcontractor in Arkansas alone, which does cotton products primarily. They go out to different sites. They've set up their own collection sites, and sometimes they're public sites, sometimes they're distributor sites. And all the plastic has to be triple rinsed, so it has to be clean. As much as possible, all the labels have to be taken off. And so when they come to the sites, all they get is pretty much clean plastic, and they're able to pack it up. Different contractors do it different ways. Some chip it right there on the site with a portable chipping machine. Others bag it and then bring it back to their plant.
How much plastic has been collected over the 20 years?
250 million pounds, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what the last. It's been a tremendous number. We collect about 8 million pounds a year. So 20 years, it's 160. Yeah, it's more than that.
Sounds like a program that not only has a good past, but sounds like it has a good future too.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. We expect to keep growing. One of the areas that we've talked about, but right now the industry itself is handling it, is mini bulks, because there's a lot of change there. We don't know how we're going to handle that at this point in time, other than the fact that we're a resource for states and for the industry itself to help with the finding sources for the plastic to go into. California, about 3 or 4 years ago, passed a recycling law that said you had to recycle. So anybody that's in California and sells and pays the mill tax in California basically has to recycle. If they're a member of ACRC, they're automatically recycling. There's 2 or 3 other smaller organizations that do it, but that's also helped us get new members.
20 years is quite a milestone.
Oh, we're excited. The big cycle was about 3 or 4 years ago, and we hit our big collection number. This is the next big one. We expect to be 20 more years. Plastic containers are not going to go away. There's too much of it. Now, it will change a lot to go to mini bulks and bulk, but there's still going to be a lot of 2.5-gallon drums.
And being put to good use. Bill, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bill Spencer, Chairman of the Ag Containers Recycling Council, celebrating their 20th anniversary here at the Ag Retailers Conference in San Diego.